You don't expect a normal food delivery to come with a warning that could save your life. It was supposed to be simple. Late night. Long day. I ordered food, tracked the driver, and waited like everyone does. Nothing unusual. Nothing suspicious. Until I opened the door. The bag was there. Sealed. Sitting perfectly on the welcome mat. But taped to the top wasn't a receipt. It was a note. Handwritten. Messy. Rushed. And the first line made my stomach drop. Don't ignore this. I actually looked around, like someone might be watching me read it. At first, I thought it was a joke. Maybe the driver trying to be funny or weird. But then I kept reading. Your house is being watched. Not was. Not might be. Is. Right now? That's when everything changed. Because suddenly, every small thing I had ignored all week started rushing back. The neighbor's dog barking at nothing. That car parked across the street, engine off, lights out. And something else I didn't notice at the time, but you will in a minute, something caught on camera that I completely missed. I stepped back inside, locked the door, and read the note again. This time slower. More carefully. That's when I noticed something strange. The handwriting wasn't just messy. It looked shaky. Like whoever wrote it didn't have much time. Or was afraid of being seen. And then I saw the last line. The one that made this go from creepy to serious. Check your cameras. They've been here before. I froze. Because I do have a doorbell camera. And I hadn't checked it yet. But when I did, I realized this wasn't a warning. It was proof. And what I saw on that footage, it didn't make sense at all. And it definitely wasn't random. I didn't even turn on the lights. I went straight for my phone, opened the doorbell app, and scrolled back. At first, nothing. Just the usual clips. Neighbors walking dogs. Cars passing. Me leaving earlier that day. Normal. Too normal. Then I noticed something off. A gap. Right in the middle of the afternoon, when there should have been motion alerts, there was nothing. No recordings. No thumbnails. Just a dead space. Like the camera blinked. And missed something important. That's when I felt it. That quiet, creeping realization. Someone didn't just watch the house. They understood it. I kept digging. Scrolled further back. Earlier that morning. And then I found it. A clip that wasn't labeled like the others. No motion tag. No alert. Just raw footage. I tapped it. The video started with an empty porch. Still. Silent. Then, barely in frame, someone walked by. Not up to the door. Just past it. Slow. Deliberate. Like they knew exactly where the camera couldn't fully see. You couldn't make out their face. Hood up. Head slightly turned away. But that wasn't the part that got me. It was what they did next. They stopped. Right at the edge of the frame. And stood there. Not moving. Not checking a phone. Not knocking. Just standing. Watching. For almost a full minute. Then they stepped out of view. Gone. No delivery. No reason to be there. Nothing. And here's where it gets worse. I replayed it. Over and over. And on the fourth time, I caught something I missed. Right before they walked away, they looked straight at the camera. Not like they noticed it. Like they already knew it was there. And that's when I realized. This wasn't random. This was planned. But the real question is, how long had they been doing this, without me noticing? I wish I could tell you that was the only clip. It wasn't. Once I saw that first one, I couldn't stop. I went deeper. Hours back. Days. And that's when the pattern started showing itself. Same time window. Late afternoon into early evening. Short clips. No alerts. Almost like someone was slipping through the system. And then I saw them again. Different day. Same hoodie. This time, they didn't just pass by. They slowed down near the mailbox. Just enough to glance at it. Like they were checking something. Confirming something. My name. My address. I don't know. But it didn't feel random anymore. It felt like they were building a profile. Mapping habits. Learning the house. And then I found the clip that made everything worse. Two figures. Not one. The second person stayed farther back, near the sidewalk. Watching the street. While the first moved closer to the house. Not to the door. Not yet. Just close enough to study it. Windows. Angles. Entry points. You could see it in how they moved. Slow. Controlled. Like they'd done this before. And here's the part that made my chest tighten. The timestamp. It was from 2 nights ago. The same night. I was home. Lights on. TV running. Completely unaware that 2 people were outside, observing everything. I paused the video. Zoomed in as far as I could. Nothing clear. No faces. But one detail stood out. The one near the street. They kept looking down the road. Over and over. Like they were expecting something. Or someone. That's when a thought hit me. What if the person watching the street was waiting for a signal? And what if that signal already came the night my delivery driver showed up? Because the timing, it wasn't just close. It lined up perfectly. And suddenly, that note didn't feel random anymore. It felt like an interruption. Like someone stepped into a plan that was already in motion. I went back to the exact moment the driver showed up. Same night. Same time window. The footage loaded. And instantly, something felt off. The house looked dark. Too dark. No TV glow. No movement inside. Which didn't make sense, because I was home. Then, movement. Right at the edge of the frame. Two figures. Same as before. But this time closer. One stepped onto my walkway. Not all the way, just enough. Testing. Like they were measuring distance risk. The second stayed back. Same position near the street. Watching everything. Then it happened. The one near my door reached into their pocket. Pulled something out. Small. Hard to see. They lifted it slightly. And then froze. Headlights. A car turning into the street. The delivery driver. Everything changed. The figure near my door stepped back. Fast. Too fast. Like they weren't expecting interruption. The second one turned and walked away. Calm. Controlled. By the time the driver pulled up, empty street. No trace. But here's the part that stuck with me. The driver didn't just hop out. They sat there. Still. Scanning. Left. Right. Like they felt something wasn't right. Then they stepped out slowly. Walked to my door. Placed the bag down. And paused. Not normal. They turned their head slightly. Looking toward the exact spot those two had been. Then, they pulled out a piece of paper. Started writing. Fast. Urgent. No hesitation. Taped it to the bag. Knocked once. And walked away. No second glance. No delay. And right there, I realized something chilling. The driver didn't guess. They saw something. Something clear enough to risk leaving a warning. But what they saw wasn't in the footage. And that's what didn't make sense. I didn't even turn on the lights. I grabbed my phone, opened the doorbell app, and scrolled back. At first, normal. Clips of cars passing. A neighbor walking their dog. Me leaving earlier. Nothing unusual. Then I saw it. A gap. Right in the middle of the day, when there should have been motion alerts. There was nothing. No clips. No thumbnails. Just empty space. Like the camera blinked. Missed something. That's when it hit me. Someone didn't just watch the house. They understood it. I kept scrolling. Further back. And then I found a clip that didn't look right. No motion tag. No alert. Just raw footage. I tapped it. The porch sat still for a second. Quiet. Then, someone passed by. Not toward the door. Just past it. Slow. Deliberate. Like they knew exactly where the camera couldn't fully see. Put up. Face turned away. You couldn't identify them. But that wasn't the part that got me. They stopped. Right at the edge of the frame. And just stood there. Not checking a phone. Not knocking. Just watching. For almost a full minute. Then they stepped out of view. Gone. No reason to be there. Nothing. I replayed it. Again. And again. And on the fourth time, I caught something I missed. Right before they left. They looked straight at the camera. Not surprised. Not confused. Like they already knew it was there. And that's when I realized. This wasn't random. This was controlled. Planned. But the question wasn't just who. It was worse than that. How long had they been doing this? Without me noticing, at this point, I stopped watching like a viewer. I started thinking like them. If someone's studying a house, they're not guessing. They're tracking patterns. When lights go on. When they go off. When someone's home, and when they're not. So I went back through my own week. Every clip. Every timestamp. And that's when it hit me. They weren't just watching the house. They were watching me. Every time I left, there was movement outside within minutes. Every time I got back late, the street stayed quiet. Too quiet. Like someone already knew not to show up. But the worst part? The night I ordered that food. My routine changed. I stayed up later than usual. Lights on longer. Movement inside the house. Something unpredictable. And that's the same night. They came closest. That wasn't coincidence. That was a disrupted plan. So I checked one more thing. The live camera. Right then. Real time. Everything looked normal. Empty porch. Silent street. For a second, I almost felt crazy. Like maybe I was connecting dots that weren't there. Then, motion. A notification popped up. Activity detected. My heart dropped. I opened the feed. Nothing at first. Just the porch. Still. Then, a shadow moved across the edge of the frame. Slow. Careful. Someone was there. Right now. Watching again. Only this time, they weren't hiding from the camera. They stepped closer, closer than before. And just as they started to come fully into view, the screen glitched. Static. The feed cut out. No signal. Nothing. And in that moment, one thought hit me. They weren't just studying the house anymore. They knew I was watching back. The screen stayed black. No signal. No audio. Just a frozen notification, like the system itself gave up. I didn't wait. I moved. Locked every door. Checked every window. Heart pounding so loud it felt like it would give me away. Then, I heard it. A sound from outside. Not loud. Not obvious. Just enough to know someone was still there. I grabbed my phone again. Refreshed the app. The feed came back. And what I saw made everything click. The porch was empty. But something had changed. The delivery bag was gone. I know what you're thinking. Maybe I brought it inside. I didn't. I left it there. Because of the note. And now it was gone. No clip of someone taking it. No alert. Just missing. Like it was never there. Then I noticed something else. Right by the door. A second note. Smaller. Almost hidden. I opened the door slowly, carefully, grabbed it, and stepped back inside. My hands were shaking as I unfolded it. This one wasn't rushed. The handwriting was steady, clean, controlled. And the message? Short. Too late. That's when it hit me. This was never just surveillance. It was a test. A setup. They wanted to see how I'd react. How fast I'd notice. What I'd do next. And now, they had their answer. I went back to the footage one last time. Scrolled to the very first clip I watched. Paused it right before the figure left. Zoomed in as far as I could. There, barely visible, on the edge of their sleeve, was a small symbol. Something I didn't recognize. But I knew one thing. That symbol meant this wasn't over. Because people who plan like this, they don't just walk away. And if they were willing to come this close once, the real question is, what happens the next time, when there's no warning?